Next gentleman, he's from Ohio. He's been performing in Ohio. So let's give a big LA welcome. Actually, scratch that. Let's be really nice and considerate and supportive of the next dude coming to the stage. Can we hear some serious love for the comedy of Mr. Jeff Wolverton?
How y'all doing tonight? Oh my God, I love you guys. Awesome. A lot of comics like come up here and talk about their sex life, and I really don't, because my sex life is very personal to me. I mean, like very, very personal to me. Actually, it's been entirely personal, like just me. For like, I've been, monosexual for like about, I'd say 8 months now. And I gotta say, it hasn't been all bad. I mean, for one, you get these great forearms, right? Trick, by the way, is to switch hands so they grow even like that. Yeah. And, backhands have been better. My ability to shake up a spray paint can is like phenomenal. But, everybody drinking out there? Anybody not drinking out there? You ever meet one of these guys that don't drink? And I don't mean like recovering alcoholics. I mean guys that never drank in the first place. I know. I was at a comedy club and there was a guy who's really funny. And so afterwards I'm like, "Oh man, you were funny. Let me buy you a shot." And he goes, "Oh, thank you, but I don't drink alcohol." And I'm like, "So you just want a beer then?" He goes, "No, I don't drink any alcohol at all." I'm like, "Wow, you must smoke a lot of pot." And he goes, No, I don't do that either. And I'm like, "Jesus, so just cocaine? That'll kill you, man." He goes, "No, I don't do any drugs whatsoever." And I'm like, "Well, hell, I mean, what do you do with all your time?" And he goes, "Well, I'm almost constantly masturbating." I'm like, "Hey, me too!" The trick about the switch thing. Okay. I was gonna give him a high five, but But you guys can see I'm kind of a big guy. The big guys out there. Problem is, when you gain a little bit of weight, you stop being buff and you start being, cuddly. And women will say it's like it's a compliment. They'll be like, "Oh, you're so cuddly. You're like a big teddy bear." Like that's a good thing. It's like, no, honestly, teddy bear is the worst thing you could ever call a guy. Okay? And it's because we know that you don't fantasize about getting bent over and drilled by a teddy bear. No hot chicks ever fantasize about bending over and looking back and see one of the Care Bears back there. Like, "Hi, I'm the Porcelot Bear." So, it's been so long now, I don't even remember sex. I don't even get sex references anymore. You go to the doctor and he's trying to ask you if you're practicing safe sex, but he does it obliquely and I don't get the reference. He'll be like, "So, tell me, Jeff, are you staying safe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I locked the car on the way in." He goes, No, are you staying safe in your personal life?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to buy a gun or something?" He goes, "Are you using condoms?" I'm like, "For what?" Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm Mr. Condom. I'm up 2 packs a day. I'm double bagged right now in case any sex. But actually, when I was having sex, I was very safe because I was freaking terrified of diseases. You ever do this? Go online sometime and look up all sex diseases there are, and there's like 1 billion of them. And a lot of them, and I swear to God, it's true. It'll say under symptoms, it'll say this disease often has no symptoms. So, I know. I'm reading that, and I'm like, holy God, I've got that. I've had that for years. I run back to the doctor and I've got some arcane disease. I'm like, "I need to be checked for microencephalopenophalophilitis." And he's like, "Have you had sex with Guatemalan pygmies lately?" "Apparently, I've got symptoms." "None." I'm always going to make that joke someday. It's being an actual Guatemalan pygmy in the audience. He's going to be like, I wasn't always this cuddly. I used to actually date a chick. He used to date a really hot chick. Imagine you got a really hot chick. There we go. And it's actually very tough dating a hot chick because everybody's constantly hitting on her, right? And the worst of these are waiters in foreign restaurants. Like I would take her and we'd go to a Guatemalan pygmy restaurant. And as soon as the waiter sees her, he slaps on the thick accent. He's like, "So, what would you like, little lady?" And she'd be like, "Oh, I just want a Coke." He's like, "Oh, you want the Coke? You want a small cock or a large cock?" "I'll bet you want a great big cock." And I'm like, "Just get a drink." And then she'd be like, "Oh, I don't have any silverware. Can you give me some silverware?" He's like, "Oh, you need a knife? Do you need a spoon? Or do you need a fork?" "I'll bet you need a really good fork." But her and I actually broke up. Oh, actually, I dumped her, and she was a hot chick. Thank you, man. Broke up with her, she was a hot chick. And it was because we weren't like sexually compatible. And I think it's really important. You know, like she liked having, you know, it was different. It was minor things. Like, I liked having sex in the morning. She liked having sex with this guy named Brad. It was a waiter. But it's actually worked out well, because after that, I moved in with a really great chick. Have you ever lived with a chick? Actually move in with a chick? Nobody. Okay, great. Nobody wants to raise their hand. No, it's interesting. So when you live with a chick, you learn a lot of stuff about yourself. Like, I learned that apparently I can't dress myself. Like, we'd be, you know, I'd be dressed what I thought was nice, about to go out, and she'd look at me and she'd be like, "You gonna wear that shirt out tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, in that shirt, you look like an out-of-work pedophile." Like, not just a pedophile, folks, an out-of-work pedophile. Like, I figure it's gotta be pretty common, right? It's gotta be hard to find work as a pedophile. Well, apparently it helps you wear the right shirt. But no pedophile fans in the audience. Oh, let's do that. Look in the back, like, woo! Thank you, second grade teacher. Anybody ever go skydiving out there? Skydiving? Oh wow, people, cool. Are they tandem? Okay, if you don't know tandem skydiving is where you jump out of a plane, right? Tandem skydiving is where you like the guy strapped on your ass and he jumps out of a plane. You know, when you go up in the plane, you're literally just wearing this like garter belt sex harness thing, and you don't have a parachute on. The guy has the parachute behind me, and he hasn't like strapped me together with him. So as we're going up in the plane, it's like we're going up, and it's like I realize that there are two guys about to jump out on solo. They both got parachutes. The camera guy's got a parachute. The guy behind me's got a parachute. Everybody's got a parachute in the damn plane except for me. And so I go to the guy behind me, and I'm like, "Why don't you like hook us together now?" And he does this. He goes, "Well, we don't want to do that just yet." I'm like, "Yeah, we do. Some of us do. I know I do." So then I'm freaking out about everything. And I look around and realize that, like, everyone's got a helmet on. These two guys going, "So is the helmet." Camera guy's got a helmet. I don't have a helmet. So I go to the guy behind me and I'm like, "No one gave me a helmet." And he goes, "No one gave me a helmet." I'm like, "Maybe we should both go back and get helmets. Do you even work here?" So then the big moment comes. He hooks us together the last second. And the thing opens up. You jump out, and then you have absolutely no choice. You're like, and it's like a hurricane of wind, right? And for us, like, cuddlier guys, all your like neck skin and cheek flesh, all this like starts to catch this wind, starts going. And like, if you look at me on the watching the camera later, and it looks like I'm wearing like an oversized sweater made out of flesh. It's like, and the camera guy is like floating in front of me, and he's doing one of these. He's like I'm not emoting enough for the camera, right? And it's like right now I'm worried about my neck flesh like catching all this air and going whoomp, like turning into a giant flying squirrel or something. People are like, "Oh, a flying teddy bear." No, it's actually, you can tell with the forearm, some guy jacks off on it. Thank you so much. You guys have been great, man. Like a shirt like